In today's video, I'm bringing you the best settings to use here in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, before we get right into the settings, if you guys are new to the channel and enjoy what you see, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Also, slap that like button if you do find this video helpful as well. I don't do these settings video often because usually my settings don't really change too much. So I try to stay away from them, but I feel like it's been a while, so I might as well get back into her. So let's go to the settings, starting off with the controller settings. Of course, I am on controller, so aiming input device is controller. Menu prompts, that's just whatever. Now my button layout is on tactical flip, so that means that I prone with my R3 and then I melee with my circle. Then I'm also on tactical flip, so the flip part is that I shoot with my L, or aim with my L1 and shoot with my R1 instead of L2 and R2, vice versa. I just feel like L1 and R1 are just a lot more responsive than the triggers, so therefore I just have been on L1 and R1 ever since like Black Ops 4. Obviously it does take a little bit of time to get used to, but I got used to it. Obviously it's been like 5 years or so, so you might as well, if you want to try something new, I'd definitely try it out, but totally up to you. Bumper ping, I don't even know what that is. Stick layout is default because, I don't know, none of these just make any sense to me, so I just keep that at default. Controller vibration is off. I used to play with this on a long time ago, like 5 years ago, until I changed it, because people said that like the vibration was messing up their recoil control or something, but I honestly didn't think it was that big of a thing. But once I stopped playing with it on, then I just like could not play with it on again, so it's just been off again as well. Trigger effect is off. I don't even know why you would have this on. I guess people really like the realism feel to it and want your triggers vibrating every time you shoot. It's totally up to you, but I'm not into that realism stuff, so totally up to you. Horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity is 5.5. This is actually like kind of slow. I'm pretty sure most of the pro players ran between like 5.5 or like 6.6, or even some even ran like 7.7. So honestly, between 4 and 7 is a pretty good margin if you're like new to COD, but if you're like really good at COD, I'd say you can bump up that sensitivity to probably like 8+. So, but I like the slower sensitivity, just in my opinion. ADS sensitivity multiplier is at a 0.95. This just slows down your ADS or your sensitivity when you're aimed in. It just makes it a little bit easier for your aim assist to stick a little bit more, so that's why mine's not at like the default 1. I have played at like way lower, and I have seen other players play at like 0.65 and stuff like that, but that's like way too low for me, so that's why I just go with 0.95. Just gets you a little bit of stickier aim assist. None of these settings are changed. All these are default. Vertical aim access, again, all these are default as well. Let's see what else is very important here. The automatic sprint, I have this on automatic tactical sprint because I don't want to go through a new controller every like 2 months, so make sure you throw this on, especially if you're a run and gun player. Like, throw it on. You want to get around the map quickly and not like burn out your controller, so automatic tactical sprint is the wave. Prioritize interact has been on ever since like I played Rebirth Island. What is it? What's that map called? Oh yeah, Sheik Island. Way back when, like 5 months ago or so. So I just never changed it back. So honestly, I do like the tap to reload, but it's just whatever. You get used to it once you play with it for a while. Now going to advanced, of course, I do have target aim assist on. If you're on controller, you might as well toss around like, I don't care what these mouse and keyboard players say, just use it, you know what I'm saying? Now the type, I used to play on Black Ops when this game like first came out, but then they like nerfed it very, very heavily. And it was kind of like a secret or a silent nerf too, but everyone knows that they nerfed it, so I went back to default, and it's just been default ever since. I haven't seen too many other players run like precision or focusing. It's just, I don't know, irrelevant, I guess, but default's been the way for me recently. Aim response curve is dynamic. Again, I do see a lot of players running either dynamic or standard. Linear, I haven't seen as much, but the people that do use linear say it's so good, but I don't believe them, so that's why I stick with the dynamic. Honestly, you just pick one and just stick with it. Otherwise, you're just gonna like get messed up mentally, and you're just gonna like throw it off. So pick one, stick to it. Inputs dead zone, these are basically all like tuned to your controller. So obviously stick drift, if you have a problem with stick drift, increase this a lot. The best way to do it is just to like go into the tuning options, and then like if it moves by itself, you gotta like turn it up. But 0.05 has been good for both of mine, so that's what I'm rocking. The max, I've never seen anyone rock like not 0.99. I've always only seen 0.99, so that's why I'm still rocking it. Then my L2 and R2 button end zones are both as low as possible because, I don't know, you might as well. Obviously, if I did play with my triggers or did not play flip, this would be very, very beneficial. So if you guys do play with your triggers or you aim and shoot with your triggers, I would definitely have these at the lowest thing possible, just so that they're more responsive. Controller orientation is up. I don't even know what that's for. Gyro behavior, I heard this is like really bad, so turn that off. Apparently like a pro player had this on one time and he was getting absolutely pooped on, and he accidentally like saw that he had it on and then he turned it off and he was like frying again. So I don't mess with any of that stuff. Just like a whole bunch of useless settings, I guess. What else is in here? There's really nothing much. Yeah, there's nothing much more too important. Most of these are just like all default. So moving on to the graphics, your on-demand texture streaming is off. This like really, it kind of like worsens your packet burst, which has been like a problem for me recently. So turn this off. You'll probably get a little less packet burst than usual. So just the way to go. World and motion, or world and weapon motion blur, are both off. If you guys use this, I don't even know what you're doing. I used to have a friend, no, I do have a friend that used to play with this on, and yeah, I told him to turn it off, and he started frying again. So again, it's just messes with your eyes. It doesn't make any sense on why to have it on, unless you're trying to be in the realistic feel of the game, which I'm just not. So film grain is 0. You just don't want your game to look grainy like that. That's just weird. Depth of field is off as well. More blur. I don't know why you'd want blur in this game because it's already kind of hard to see. Ability FX cast is on, and then the strength is all the way to 100. It just like it makes your game look a little bit more sharp. So again, it is easier to see your enemies. I am on PS5, so I do have 120 hertz refresh rate. I don't know what the setting looks like on like an older console or even on PC, but this is what it looks like on PS5. You obviously want this on. Field of view is at 110. I've tried like 95 and like 120, but 110 is like a good margin, honestly. ADS field of view is affected. Basically when the FOV got introduced to console, like on Cold War, I saw all the Warzone players that had FOV on PC. They all ran affected, so that's what I did, and I just haven't switched. So it's been working good. And then weapon field of view is wide because it just makes your screen look more wide. And of course, you want as much field of vision as possible. But I guess the reason why I don't run this at 120, because people do say that you do lose aim assist at 120 FOV. So I just don't want that. So I stick to 110. First person camera movement, you want this at least the 50% option, because basically if you get like naded, or what's that one, as like a SAE, like the things that shake your screen, this thing, if you don't have it at least, it'll shake your screen like very, very violently, and it's just not fun to play with. So again, throw that on least. Brightness, this is all like I guess tuned to your own monitor or screen. Mine's at 55. This isn't really like tuned very well, but I actually have my game brighter than I should. It just makes it easier for me to see. I was kind of like, bro, it won't let me back out. And then eco mode, I have this off. I don't even know what this does. I think this is a newer setting, but I have that off because power saving, like, I don't care. Anyways, moving on to the audio now. I'm on home theater. I did used to run like headphones or headphones bass boost because, you know, I'm running headphones, so that made like the most sense. But once the pro player started like messing around with this, they actually said that the home theater was the best. So been on home theater for a while. I don't really pay much attention to my master volume. Basically, I just have this really low, and then I have other settings elsewhere, not on the game, really boost it up so that it doesn't sound too loud on the videos. So that's why mine's only at 20. The music volume's at 0 on purpose because the music sucks. And then like all these are just like more tuned to my own thing. The voice chat volume you definitely do want pretty low because voice chat in this game is very, very loud for no reason. So what else is in here? There's really nothing much. Yeah, I don't know. Hit marker sounds. Mine's on MW. I used to use classic, but honestly, they didn't sound any different. So I just been on the MW ones. I know people ask me a lot about this setting in like Cold War, because in Cold War I played on classic and you can definitely hear a difference, but on this game you literally cannot hear a difference. So whatever. Interface, I don't think there's really much in here other than like color customization. My color customization's on filter 2. My color filter target is on both, and then my intensities are at 100. Just like some settings that I found out when this game like first came out, and just made my game look a little bit more vibrant, and it's kind of what you need. And then my things at custom, I don't even know what I did to it, but it's on custom. And then let's see. I mean, this is like a kind of a small tweak. Mine's on square because actually the minimap shape when it's on square actually shows more of the minimap. So when you do have a UAV pop, like more of like dots show up because of course you have more map displayed. So that's why I choose square over round. I haven't seen too many players run the round minimap, so if you do run the round minimap, throw on the square, see how you like it. And then server latency and pack loss, I both have these on because IFC like to see when I'm lagging, even though it probably like tweaks with me a little bit, but definitely want those on. And then that's about it. I guess the inverted flash, if you don't like getting flash, like if you play in a dark room, you probably want this on like the low light black effect, but I don't know, I don't find the flashes too annoying, so just like optional. And then I guess I could go to the center dot. A lot of people actually don't play with the center dot for some reason, but I do. And then I guess some people do play with it and they choose the largest option here, which I don't. It just looks horrible, so I'm gonna rock in default. But honestly, I'm not gonna go into account and network, but obviously those are my settings here in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I'm a little sick, so hopefully you kind of manage with my voice and stuff, but hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys do enjoy, again, make sure you guys sub, like button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.